Hello, one and all. Welcome to another episode of MMA Vision Analysis. This one we're talking Charles Oliveira, former lightweight champion. Charles Oliveira has had some few, words of advice directed towards featherweight champion Ilia Topuria in regards to the potential of Ilia moving to that lightweight division. We're going to get into those comments before getting started. Make sure to like, subscribe so we can get our community 1,000 subscribers ASAP. That's much appreciated. Charles Oliveira, obviously set to face Michael Chandler, UFC 309, former champion. The two faced each other before, obviously. And for the second time, this is going to determine the number one contender for that lightweight title. That being said, obviously, Charles Oliveira has been doing some media lately, obviously due to the event of UFC 309 in preparation for that. And obviously, reporters ask questions and statements are made. In regards to Charles Oliveira's thoughts on a potential move for the featherweight champion Ilia Topuria to that lightweight division, it seems like that Charles Oliveira is not the biggest fan, and he kind of sends Ilia a warning. Now, I really, in all honesty, I'm not sure what this is based off of, and also, it must be said, the lightweight division and the featherweight division are literally 10 pounds apart. Some of those lightweights walk around well over 155 pounds on regular days. And Ilia Topuria is like 5'8" or something. And you get you have a lot of literally Michael Chandler is 5'8". I mean, he's literally facing the guy almost the same stature as Michael Chandler, only 6 years younger or 7 years younger, something to that effect, and has a lot of power. Now, as of late, we kind of have to, like I said, there's two modes of thinking. There's a fast way where you could just say, oh, it's the lighter guy stepping up to the heavyweight division, automatically is going to get beat. That is the instinctive mode of thinking, which is not necessarily accurate. I say that because as of late, every single time a featherweight steps up to, let's say, the aging lightweight division, and all of its top fighters are aging. I mean, our champion is like 32 or 33 years old. Okay, that's probably still good enough to compete at the highest level for a few more years at least. When we talk about Chandler's, Oliveira, Gage's, and the Poiriers, these guys are all over 35 years old, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, they're an aging bunch in that lightweight division. I believe the lightweight division needs some sort of shakeup, and the addition of Ilia Topuria to that lightweight division would not be such a bad idea. Now, I'm not sure why Charles Oliveira perhaps thinks that Ilia cannot compete at that lightweight division. I highly doubt that. As a matter of fact, I think if Ilia decides to step up in weight, aside from the Islam Makhachev fight, all other fights are pretty much right there for Ilia for the take. I mean, he just knocked out Max Holloway. Max, speaking of featherweight, stepping up to the lightweight division recently. Okay, I'm just going to talk about the recent fights. Max Holloway knocked out Justin Gaethje, which was the number one contender prior to that fight, in knockout of the year thus far, as long as the UFC is concerned. Bruno Silva goes and demolishes a lightweight, right? Alexander Volkanovski obviously fell to the champion of the division the second time, but the first fight, I thought he was robbed. So the trend of, you can go back a little further, and you see Conor McGregor who steps up from featherweight and conquers the lightweight division. And so on, right? So, in all honesty, those guys that fight at 145, they're such good athletes to where I think the transition not only is suitable for some lightweights. I do understand that that's not the case for all featherweights, but it's, I believe, more suitable for a guy like Ilia Topuria because of a couple things. You don't have to put a lot of wear and tear on your body in order for you to make weight. And in all honesty, most of the matchups in there are there for Ilia for the taking. Just being honest, with all respect to the former champion Charles Oliveira, I'll be interested to see Charles Oliveira versus Ilia Topuria if that fight even happens. But this is probably further away from reality. It all depends on the result of UFC 309 heading forward for Charles Oliveira. Many things are going to be determined for Charles Oliveira heading forward. And the best of luck to him against Michael Chandler, a hungry Michael Chandler, who I think realizes this is his last, pretty much, shot at a UFC title. I don't think Chandler is going to let this fight, UFC 309, specifically Madison Square Garden, go away. This is the third time Chandler fights in Madison Square Garden. He's lost twice. Maybe the third time's a charm. If you made it this far, I appreciate you for sticking around. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Like, subscribe for more.